afternoon and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to this week's update on our camper conversion. So you probably noticed that it's just me on my own today. Today is actually Friday. Our week normally starts on a Wednesday and we work through till the following Tuesday, and that's how our kind of week works for this van conversion series. However, we got home from Camp Festival on Monday. And like I said, today is now Friday. Nothing's happened on the van in those few days. A couple of reasons why. One, I've gone back to work, so you know, work, need to do it, need to get paid. But two, sadly, Cheryl's not very well. She's managed to ruin her back. She spent most of the week in bed. She's really struggling with anything at the moment, mobility wise, so it's not been my priority or her priority or anybody's priority to do the van. We've just been doing normal house stuff, getting through life and trying to get her better. She's not, but hopefully she'll get there in a few days. So it's just me, and I'm going to do a little bit this afternoon. I've just finished work for the day, so I'll do a couple of hours this evening, and then maybe a full day tomorrow as well, and that's probably going to be about it for this week. So I don't know, we'll see. It may be a long vlog or a short vlog. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to try and get some easy wins. The first thing I'm going to try and do is to get the cupboard doors on here, because it's quite simple. Hopefully, don't need to get her opinion, although she'll probably tell me what to do. So I'm going to whack a cupboard on here and a cupboard on here. I've got the hinges, I've got the magnets. I've just got to measure the wood out and put it on, and I'm thinking it'll be quite straightforward. Famous last words. So let's give that a go.
I lost my ways, no words to say. You're on my mind, and time flies by. I'm cutting down the wires, I'm feeling kinda tired. I think I lost myself, I think I lost it all. You know it's true, I've been
This is fun on your own. Anyway, I've got two drawer cupboard fronts, and now I just need to get the hinges and screw them to the wall.
Undo my mistakes, the time's run out and I'm left standing wet here in the rain. The same cloud hanging over my head. God, I wish you were here to save me from myself.
Okay, so I've cut out the two cupboard doors. I suppose that's a bonus. And I've kind of loosely fixed them with the hinges. The problem I've got is that I don't know exactly how low the ceiling's going to come yet, so I don't know exactly the height that this cupboard needs to be, and at the moment if I try to open the bottom one it won't, because obviously there's not a big enough gap between these two. I don't want to trim it down, because if I trim it down then this might be too short. So yeah, it was a mistake. I should have done the ceiling first, so they're going to have to stay like that for now, and then once I've got the ceiling in I can adjust these a little bit and they'll sit in their right place. But you can get the image what they're supposed to, or what they will look like eventually. They'll end up like the drawers as well, where they'll be painted a nice green with the lovely handles on, and yeah, we'll have the magnets in to hold them in place. I think what I'll probably do as well is across, probably I don't know, about 3 or 4 inches up, I'll run something across as well to act as a stop for that. I don't know, just stop stuff going out of there. Or we'll put some proper latches in to hold this in place, because the last thing you want, it's all very well a drawer coming open and sliding backwards and forwards because it can just close again, but if this opens and stuff falls out it could wreak havoc. But anyway, it's a bit of a job done, but it's nowhere near done. About it, the cupboard doors, issue with the roof, so I'm going to bite the bullet. I am going to take the lights out the roof. If you remember, we have these temporary spotlights in. I'm going to take it all down, going to take everything out because we've still got stuff left in from the festival, and then maybe this evening, if not first thing tomorrow morning, I'm going to start doing the insulation, the vapor barrier, and putting that black stuff we got from Wicks's across the top. Get all that in, Yeah, and then I can finish off that side of the van because we still haven't finished off all this wall yet, and then we can plan where the wall unit's going to go, probably from about there-ish, from the end of the work surface to about there. So it's only going to be quite a small overhead cupboard, but that's what it'll be, and it'll have the fluorescent LED lights underneath it as well to illuminate this area. Ah, yes, good. So good morning, it's Saturday. I'm in the van again, going to do a few hours work today. It's a bit dark and gloomy in here now because I've had to take all the lights out, all the temporary lights we had, because I'm starting to work on the ceiling. Excuse me. So yesterday managed to get most of the insulation up. There's still a little bit left to do around the side door in the fan, but that's because I need to do that bit of boxing in first. There's no rush for that. So insulation's up. I'm now going to do the vapour barrier as much as I can all the way across, and I'm going to start just on this side. I need to leave this side because I've discovered there's got a little bit more I've got to do before I can do the ceiling. We're going to have a little go with that black stuff we bought from Wix's to put it on this side so easy it is to get up, to see where we're at. And then I need to run some more electric cables because we've done those changes. We talked about changing the bed. We're going to put two of the, whatever they're called, the necky light things in the shop there, I think so. Two of these things, these still work, but these I suppose, there you go, look, loads of light. Massive difference. We're going to put two of those on this side as well, so I need to run an extra cable up, which isn't too bad, hopefully. I think I've got a plan for that, just take a bit of time, and got to take all the electrics off and all that kind of stuff. But we'll get there. And then if I do have a bit of time today, I might start on putting this bit of wall in once I've got that electric done. And then I can maybe finish off that bit of the ceiling. We'll see. It's not fun. Cheryl's still not here. She's still poorly. She's been poorly for weeks. She's going to be poorly for a while. She's not very well. She's struggling. But I'm trying to crack on as best I can. Although, to be honest with you, I'm not really in the mood for it either. But a little bit here and a little bit there. We'll get there eventually. It's much better when we're doing it as a team. Even when we're arguing, it's better when we're doing it as a team. But yeah, that's where I'm at. First things first, I'll go and make myself a cup of tea, and I won't complain about it this time. Right, so I have emptied out the back of the main, well almost, most of it, because now I'm going to take this off the wall because I need to put another cable in for those extra bedside lights we're going to put it in. I've ummed and ahed about spurring off of something else, but I think this is probably not necessarily the easiest but the best way of doing it. So job number one before I do that is I'm going to turn the solar off, turn the power off, so there's no power now, so I can play around with electrics and they're generally safe, as is the 240 volt, because I just need to ease off this board so I can run the cable. That's my plan. Might as well turn it off, anything on it, but might as well. So as usual with these things, it always takes way longer than you thought and doesn't go to plan. So far, good camera skills, I've managed to run the cable. The best way I can find to get it up there is to go up. I'm going to secure it around here. Then it goes up through this bit of conduit, through the back post and out the top, and the two lights are going to be on that side. However, what I'm also going to do, because this was definitely an oversight on my behalf, I'm going to run another cable from the fuse box. I'm going to run another cable from the fuse box so I can have a light in the back, just a 12 volt light. I might as well do that now whilst I've got it all apart. I mean, this came off easy, it was easy to get behind it, so that's good. That's good for future use and reference, in case, hopefully not, touch wood, need to get behind there. But I just need to run those two cables through and connect it all up. As usual, it started to rain, so I only got a bit wet, so I had to shut the back doors up because you don't be messing with electrics and water, and then it stopped, so I can start again. Might even go on to doing some more of the ceiling today. So one thing I've learnt from this build is that you should always triple check your electrics. I kind of knew that anyway, but I mean that in the sense that not just running your cables and making sure they're connected correctly, but making sure things work before they get hidden and you can't get to them again. So this is the cable, I'll just be a bit careful because it's live. This is the cable that's going to go to the bedside light, so I've put a little spotlight in, that's working fine. And this is the one that's going to stay in the back for the garage lights, that's working fine as well. So I'll isolate them now, take them apart, run the as in take the fuses out, run the cables where they're going to go, and then that's a little job done. Might be able to get back to the ceiling. Hello, good morning. Today it's Sunday. Left yesterday. Didn't really get an awful lot more done after I last spoke because it was raining and blah 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 blah. I've cut out this bit of wood, so that's ready to go into this gap here now. Run the electrics for the over bed lights, additional ones are putting in. So I'm going to get this in now. I'm going to probably paint it whilst it's up and done. Probably easier to paint it before we put it up, but we don't do anything easy in this build, so I'm going to do it the hard way and put it up when it's not been painted. It's not been the best week this week. I mentioned the other day, Cheryl's not well. She can't help at all on the van at the moment, so I can't do it myself, which is kind of defeats the whole purpose. It was a project we do together, so it's a bit blur. So I'm really sorry if this week's vlog is a bit blur, but it's the reality of van life. This is not all about van life, converting a van. It's not all about how great and glamorous and making everything look wonderful, because life isn't like that in the real world. This is what it's like for us at the moment. It's a little bit of a blur. So yeah, sorry about that. But I'm cracking on. Usual, true Steve fashion, I've run out of screws, or the right screws anyway, so I've only temporarily fixed this board up now. I'll pop that back light on, that works fine. I'm just putting this front reading light on, and then we're good to go. Well, to paint it. Don't need all of that. I understand why electricians are so messy now. Little bits go everywhere. These little Wago clips are amazing. Yay, one light. Two lights, wonderful. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Right, so I think I mentioned this before. This YouTube channel, our vlog, our record of this conversion has never been about you know, how great it is, what a wonderful job we're doing, getting more viewers, getting more subscribers. It's never been about that. It's just been about documenting our journey so people can watch it, so we can watch it and see where we're at and how we're going. So it's the good, the bad and the ugly. Today is the bad and the ugly. I have got no mojo at all whatsoever, no enthusiasm. I've done some bits. It's Sunday, it's about, I don't know, 10:30. I could get loads done today, but I really can't be bothered. So this may be the shortest week we've done in terms of actual work done on the van. We'll see when the final video comes out on Sunday. But yeah, I'm going to go and do some editing, do some bits and bobs in the house, and that's it for today. Sorry I'm so miserable. Catch you at some point. Bye. So hello, good morning. Not sure about the lighting in here, it's a bit dodgy, isn't it? But all the spotlights are out. I've only got the little bedside lights at the moment. It's quite a dark and gloomy day today, so yeah, it's me and my shadow. So Cheryl's still poorly. She's going to be poorly for a while. Hopefully she'll be back up to fighting form at some point in the not too distant future, with a bit of luck. So yeah, work's been a bit sporadic, if not even that, on the van for the past few days. I.e., I've done the square root of nothing. All I have actually done is ordered some 2.5mm cable to help well, for the spotlights when they go on the ceiling, and some more Wago clips, because I went out of Wago clips. So I've ordered, that's all I've done, literally all I've done since I last filmed, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 days ago, something like that. So it's Saturday, I've got a few hours. I'm going to try and make a start. I'm not going to try, I'm going to make a start on, let's move my amazing lighting down a little bit, on the seat that's going to go across here. So the original plan was just to have one kind of square box seat on felt pads that we could just move down the length of the van. Then it could sit here, so if you've got the door open you can sit and look outside, or if you're doing some laptop work you can lift the old flippy uppy worktop bit and do some work there. But I don't think because of our amazing planning skills and organisation and foresight, we didn't realise, I think, that the bench is going to be, the seat is going to be wider than the gap between the bathroom and the kitchen to get it through. So I think I'm going to have to build it in 2 parts and have 2 seats, which actually would work out quite well, because it can make up the bed still to go all the way across. They both could sit in there, go all the way across. You could leave one there as a seat, and then one at the back there to sit on there as well. So I'm going to measure it first, see if it fits. If not, just going to make two rectangular boxes basically. Okay, so I've put together the 2 bases for the 2 cubes, for want of a better word. No, not cubes, they're rectangular, but I'm going to call them cubes. That are going to go here. So these are going to be freestanding. Each one can slide in and out. There'll be a little gap so it can get past the drawer there. For the eagle-eyed amongst you, you'll see that I'm potentially going to build this in front of the hot air vent, which would be a very, very bad thing, but don't worry, I've got a plan. There's going to be plenty of air for the hot air to come out, plenty of room, sorry, for the hot air to come out and circulate around the van and not cause any issues there. So I've got 2 of these. I obviously need to build another 2 so that they're at the right height, and put the vertical supports in, so that'll make the full cube stroke rectangular cube, whatever the right word is. And then yeah, that's that one. Well, not made or finished, but that's the plan anyway. Is the progress on the 2, I don't know what to call them, bench boxes, storage, divide, CE, beddy things. There you go, technical term that. So I've made this one, I haven't done the lid yet. That's to go on, so it'll be a 12mm bit of ply sitting across here. It's going to be a little bit routed out around here, so it will sit a little bit lower because it's not quite 12mm, to stop it from moving around, and it's going to be accessible because there'll be storage inside here. And then I've made the top and the bottom base frame for this one, but I haven't got any further than that yet, so that's going to obviously eventually make up the other one that goes there as well. I'm going to do something. I do have an idea, but Cheryl's just put a spanner in the works, so I might think of something else. And obviously a gap for this air vent, so don't panic, that's going to be plenty of opportunity for heat and things to come out of there. So the idea is they're both going to go there. They can be making Lola's bed at night, so she can sleep across there. They can come out, and I try my best. I haven't put any felt or anything on the bottom yet, so I don't want to scratch the floor, so they can go sideways and be just there as a seat. So we can have, once we've got the table in here, you can have a seat there, a seat there, and a seat there. So multi-use, that's the idea. And then finally, it will be able to move. It'll be able to just whiz around on the floor with the pads on, so it won't be as much of an issue. It will be able to go just there, so you can sit it there. So you can sit there, watch the world go by, or flippy up worktop table, sit and do some work at the flippy up worktop table. So yeah, that's the plan for those two bits and the seating. So that's all I'm going to do for today. It's not an awful lot. I'm off to social events now, and then tomorrow playing another rounders tournament, so won't get much done this weekend, but we're doing a little bit of progress. Whilst Cheryl's not well, we're getting there little bit by little bit. Can't use the van at the moment anyway because she isn't well, but if we wanted to, we could quite easily go away for the weekend and do everything we need to do. Still working on the roof. I'm just waiting for the 2.5mm cable, like I said, to come, so we know we can put the spotlights in, put the black stuff in that we've got, run the cables for the spotlights, so they're in and done. Well, the cables are in and done. Then all we've got left then to do is to put the strips of wood we're going to put up for the ceiling, so they can go across there. Then I can get this cabinet done. So there's going to be a cabinet from there to the end of the bench. Quite a short cabinet, but a bit of short storage there. And then we can get all this painted and done. And then that's the ceiling done. All the storage will be done in the seating. We've got a plan for that now, so we know how we're going to do our table and finish off that kind of bulkhead bit. And then the last bit really left to do is to do the boxing in for all these cables along here, put the thermostat in for the Truma heater, do the this probably was going to be a drop down table, but I don't know if we're going to do that now or not. Now we've got this, now we've got the old flippy up worktop surface. I don't know if we will. We might just put like a normal hatch in to cover it up, but get in there. Oh, and I need to do the framing around the back windows as well. Finish off these, tidy these up because they went a bit wrong, do the bottom shelf on there, do this cupboard on here and that little bit of strip there. But yeah, so that's all I need to do. Apart from that, we're pretty much finished. So oh, and the storage stuff in the garage, but that'll come at a later date. Almost, but not quite, by a long way.